Shalom, peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Some idiot told me, I'm not allowed to, I shouldn't say shalom, it's a made up word by black supremacists. I'm pretty sure it means peace and blessings, so I'll say what I like unless Messiah says no. I'm very submissive these days. But if you knew me before, I was a rebelled against my parents, against the teachers, against the police, and then against the government, you understand? Just wanted to be an armed revolutionary, either join the INLA, Irish National Liberation Army, or had a pipe dream. I was on the crack pipe, but ended up on the crack pipe. I had a pipe dream of going to South or Central America. That's where one of my own sponsored children with compassionate out, Ezekiel, that's Yaya, she's in an African country. Yeah, man, and fight like Che Guevara. I was for revolution at any cost, you know what I mean? No price too high by any means necessary. Was that Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party? I know Malcolm X changed, like he was against white people, and then when he went to Mecca and there was white Muslims there, he changed, you know, and then they killed him, killed by his own people. I've got a similar story. One of the elders at Gathering Christchurch, you can see the email on my, what do you call it, community posts, of what I wrote to him, and then his aunt, you know, and telling him all about who I am. I'm to do with who the Hopi Native Americans call the true white brother. It's not like these white supremacists kind of.
The ashtray?
No, there's an ashtray there, man.
Oh,
that's the bin. You can use the bin as well, but it might set on fire.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't have a fire starter, a twisted fire starter. That's by a band called Prodigy. I was a prodigal daughter, but now I'm very obedient to God, and you know, if I can do it, so can you. Yes, and then a few nights ago he sent like some demons or whatever to attack me. Obviously he couldn't get near me. You know, he doesn't even talk in tongues from what I can tell, nor does Damien Powell, another guy. He didn't send demons, but he was really was patronising to me and put me down and everything. I just think he was so nice. He acts so humble on his videos, do you know what I mean? And I really used to give him genuine compliments. I don't flatter to deceive, you understand? Like he got deceived, I've been deceived a few times. I mean, saying I'm one of the elect, I'm not one of the elect, am I? Because obviously I get chosen. I'm to do with the tribe of Dan, and people keep saying, like Random and other idiots, that there's no such thing as the tribe of Dan. What am I then, Scotch Mist? Oh, you can see me right here. This is my neighbour Chris from upstairs. So yes, and when the demons couldn't attack me, because Messiah's disciples can pray in tongues, Ashramana Tiawana, and cast out demons and overcome poison. I've been really sick with that Morgellons, shaman's curse. Yeah, little invisible shaman darts in it. The native people will know what I'm talking about. It's a substance that's in Psalms, in King David's Psalms. I'm not saying that's 100% true, that's just what I'm intuiting. Messiah hasn't told me, he doesn't tell me everything. Same as you're his sheep, he talks to you too, doesn't he? Does he tell you everything? None of us can know everything, and too much knowledge and too much power will corrupt us, you understand? That's what they say, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's why Haya Shah Haya, Heavenly Father, the great I am, I am, he holds all the power because no one can corrupt him. You can't bribe him. What are you going to bribe him with? He's got everything that he wants.
That's true.
Yeah, you understand? And I've got plenty of angels. They may be invisible, but you know, it doesn't matter. Haya is the creator of the seen and the unseen worlds, and now we're coming up to the fourth dimension. The wall between the seen and the unseen will be coming down, a bit like what the Irish say happens on All Sesame, whatever it is, Halloween. Yeah, so anyway, when they couldn't attack me, they went upstairs to Chris, who was also a chosen one. He's been in a lot of trouble since he was young, weren't you, Chris? With the dreams, the paralysis and all that. You know, when the demons hold you down in your sleep and you can't even move an inch, very scary for a young child. And Satan knows who we are before we come. Who's your chosen one? You people saying you're the 144,000. Where's your tribulations? We've got so many angels now because I was brave and I didn't care. I didn't count the cost. I just wanted the truth to be told. I believe Messiah. He's not a liar. He said the truth, the emet in Hebrew, will set you free. Check out Jew, not the kind of nice Jew that stays on the grass in the morning. Direct energy weapons. Check out CIA Voice to Skull, a kind of technological schizophrenia. I've had the organic schizophrenia. I was mentally ill. I've been sectioned in mental hospital because I refused to take the medication. It's dangerous. At least these drug dealers, when I was doing heroin and crack, they didn't used to pretend to me, oh, this is really good for your health, man. They call them antipsychotics, Chris, don't they? But they're actually pro-psychotics. They make you more mad. Some of the side effects: paranoia, confusion, disordered thinking, suicidal tendencies. I used to be suicidal, but that was because before I was so depressed. This is the same bed. Now I know Messiah's real. I'm kind of like a lot happier. To some people, my life looks happier, looks worse on the outside. But trust me, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And we're coming to the end of our tribulations, tribal nations. and those of us in the cities. I'm near London, I'm second generation Irish. You can call me a plastic paddy, but I care more for Ireland than some people. But I care for the whole world. I really like to shout out to the Noongar. That's what the Aboriginal Australian Aboriginals call themselves. That's the tribe of Reuben, same as the tribe of Gad, the Native Americans. That they've been to hell and back at the hands of white supremacy and invaders and that, because we break the laws, statutes, and commandments of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Anyway, I always knew from an early age that, and then when I became Christian, what happened? Messiah suddenly, I didn't know he was real, and then about 12 years ago, I was just suddenly knew in my lib being my heart, that he was real. Like I gnosis it in the knowing, and I've never doubted that. He said, "I'm Jesus. I'm here to get you off heroin and methadone," and he did. And methadone is kind of like a Nazi substitute for heroin. It's very sugary. He got me off both. I had a blue spirit inside me. It was beautiful, his blue spirit. I felt such peace and love. When I looked at the trees, I could see the auras. People think it's New Age, but these 7 chakras, and that's to do with Joseph's multicoloured dream coat. And people don't realise, you got half people saying, oh, it's just literal in the Bible. It really happened. I agree with that. And you've got other people saying it's metaphysical, it's symbolic, like Seek East. It's both, man. It's so easy. If you go to Hebrew spiritual teachings, there's a really good teacher. I can never remember his name. I've said this about 4 times this week. Check him out, man. He's amazing. I've learnt a lot from him. Like, you know, when Moses threw up the serpent, they were bit by the bad serpent, some to do the good serpent, the tribe of Dan, and there's a very good snake god. Obviously, he worships the god of gods, otherwise he'd be a very naughty god, wouldn't he, like a fallen angel. Mortal Technique probably knows all about that. If you check out Mortal Techniques, Luke, he's been talking about Morgellons for years. Obviously, he didn't know what it was called, same as Red Alp had visions of it. Yeah, and Red Alp says the true white brother that the Hopi Native Americans are waiting for is a sister, not a brother. I'm pretty sure it's meant to come from the stars. I'm not certain about this bit, but Yeshua says I am the one they've been waiting for. I'm here to help you get your own land back, not to take it for myself, you understand? I'm going to have my inheritance in Jerusalem and wherever I come from. But as I was born here, I was born as a normal human child. You know, like the new age workers, they say you have a soul walk-in. So I had it first with demons. I was overtaken, possessed with paranoid schizophrenia. Couldn't move, they were controlling my arms and legs and everything. That's the first thing they ask you when you go to mental hospital. Do you feel like someone else is controlling you? But now you can see, I've been testifying on here for a year. My previous channel was called Cursed, Stay Blessed. I'm used by man, whether you like it or not. Paleface, only Paleface tribe. And I can't be cursed. I think I've more than proven that. So yeah, check it out. Morgellons, NASA, Ark of the Covenant. If you go to above Top Secret, you'll see, get a little idea. They've got the first 144,000. That's all you other tribes. Tribe of Yehuda. One of you tried to kill me, one of the elders at Gathering in Christchurch. I'm grateful because it gives Messiah more leverage, and I want to do what Messiah does. Now you can see that I really am with Messiah. I've never asked for nothing for myself. No money. Nice to get a thumbs up, and I've been asking people to chant prayers. We can chant down Babylon with Psalms. Trust me, it's all encoded in Psalms. But if you want to curse me, this is what I say: let them curse the higher, but bless thou. When thou arise, Messiah, thou shalt despise their image. And I always say that's the image of Caesar Borgia, fake white Jesus. Lukewarm Christians who don't like a black Jesus. If you want a white saviour, that's me. I'm not a separate saviour. Christ was the only one. You understand? The only covering for sins. First of all, we had Moses. He represented the Father, law, statutes and commandments. My people broke it. That's why the black Negro man is actually not an African woman. Is not actually African American. We just went through there. And a lot of you are racist. I was sent to testify to them first. I was so relieved when I was sent to testify to the tribe of Judah more. I thought, oh, this is great with my real people. And then one of them tries to come and kill me. But I'm not blaming the rest of you, do you understand? Even if you were guilty and you were involved with it, just cry out to Messiah. I'm praying for leniency for you every day. And I know when I put up my video, which had 2 or 3K, a lot more than most of my gibberish videos, because I read it out and said it properly. It wasn't freestyling, you know. It was called Crucial Message to GOCC and all the 12 tribes. I didn't know I was the 13, unlucky number. The Illuminati think it's their lucky number. The Illuminati in government, so I don't know if you watch or if God shields me, but I think you'll find 13 being your lucky number. Time's running out. Let's see how lucky you are when your karma comes. Not that I believe in karma, but like Joshua, because that's so Hindu. It's a true concept, but the Hindu gods are wrong. Yes, I can't remember what I'm saying. Yeah, and then Yeshua come. If you don't accept Yeshua, you've got no covering for your sin. But if you believe in me, then you'll get an extra chance. I'm not like the Holy Spirit to be worshipped. She doesn't have a body, does she, the Ruach? You understand? So she chose me. I represent, you could say I'm a type of Mary Magdalene, the first person Messiah chose to see when he rose from the dead. So why judge me when you can see? Understand, she was a prostitute, former prostitute. He cast out 7 demons out of her. It's not that I didn't want to be the messenger. It's like Mortal Technique says in the song. He's half tribe of Judah, half Peruvian. You really need to check out his lyrics. It's crucial. Although he swears a lot. He says MFA. It's really disgusting. That I used to think he was with God. He was with God, but he was confused. You know, the same as I got confused. And when I was in mental hospital in Tuttleford, I was saying MF all the time. And as you say, that's not very Christian. I'm like, of course it's Christian. It must mean something different. But I was just so convinced he was with God. And then, but he raps about Muhammad, you know, and that. I looked into all the religions. I read the Quran about 4 times, but I always knew that Messiah died on the cross. So to kind of, as a schizophrenic, you can hold 2 different concepts that conflict in your mind. Everyone else can see you crazy, but you don't realise you're crazy. So I used to think, and then they say someone took his place. The Quran says Allah raised him up to heaven, and someone took his place. And then, not in the Quran, but in the Hadiths or something, they say it was Judas. So and then there's another a Gnostic book, I think is wrong, it says Judas was from the same planet as him, and he knew what was expected, so he grasped him up, but he wasn't like that. And so I used to think that Judas was the body on the tree, and Messiah was the spirit getting tortured, because I get tortured not just in the physical, but in the spiritual, been crucified twice in the spiritual. So I represent what the Ruach HaKodesh, our Father in Yeshua, who are the 3-in-1 gods that are all to be worshipped and revered because they're all equal. They're the Son and the Spirit are in submission to a higher, the Father, but they're not inferior, if that makes sense. That's from Rabbi Greg, one of non-ethnic Messianic Jews at Beth Yeshua International. And then these other white Jews, obviously, like there's some bad black people, you understand, they're Messiah says of them, and I know the blasphemy, it doesn't say they are Jews, but they are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. I'm so fed up with all you Christians, so-called. I keep telling you, we're the real Israelites. How are these Jews? How have they lost their culture if they're in the Holy Land? It says the Holy Land will be occupied by the Gentiles, something like that, until Messiah returns. It says we will lose our culture, our teachings. Were any of us keeping the Mosaic law until the tribe of Judah, I think, wake up first? In the 60s and that, because I remember listening to the songs, I'm an Israelite and all that, the reggae songs. That's the actually tribe of Benjamin in Jamaica and the West Indies. Other tribes are mostly Hispanic and of Taurus Gad. And so the reason I come in the flesh was to have some of the physical thing, understand, so I can take some of your sin burden on. Because once you denied Messiah, someone else had to pay your price, if that makes sense. I don't know if the true white brother is still coming from the stars. I'm meditating on that. I suggest we all kind of get together. Some of you visit me in the spiritual. You have to kind of go through Messiah. As you can understand, I'm quite traumatised in that. So I'd welcome some prayers. And anyway, that's it. I just wanted to let you know that Chris is okay, man. And that if you're with God, nothing can overtake you. All praises to the Most High. Without him, I can do nothing. Same as you. But with him, I can do all things. And so can you.